to rush forward, yet I'm in retreat.
A tour is relative, I suppose, but this is, I'm kind of old school, I suppose, so a tour to me is one that lasts 6 weeks or 7 weeks. This is just a mere outing. So these days, especially in Europe, because the festival culture, if you want to call it that, has kind of pushed it in that direction. If you're doing dates on your own, you tend to do small bites, you know, like weekends and long weekends. Like doing 6 or 7 weeks around about this time, July, August, is tough. I like to think that Napalm Death transcends some of the musical barriers. I mean, sometimes, not as much anymore actually, Napalm just gets labelled as a straight metal band, but that's way too narrow a classification. If anybody that knows anything about the band or has any exposure to it would know that it's a lot more than that. So to do something like this where there is many different things going on, many different kinds of music, to us it's more interesting, you know. It's a wider cross-section of people. We've been coming to this venue since, I couldn't even tell you, way back when. This is probably one of my most played venues. It's got plants and little alleyways of its own, and it's many different interconnected passageways. It's really unique. Without being underground, it still managed to be cavernous, you know. I see people as people. They're human beings first and everything else comes after. Identity, well, what does that mean? You know, you're a human being first and foremost, you know. And I don't know if that might sound as if it doesn't relate to what you're trying to say, but it is important. So it's been remarkably consistent in its ability to disappoint sometimes, you know. There are many positive aspects as well, of course, but it's a fucked up world out there. There's no question. And we just try to make the best of it, you know, or rather we try to say that if we understand what it is to be a human being, if we truly understand what's at the root of that, then hopefully we can move on from this sort of thing about having no boundaries in what you would do to another person to get ahead, you know. Sometimes that would mean literally killing them, you know, and I want to get away from that, you know. Ultimately I want to live in a world where everybody can live with dignity, happiness and in peace. It means a lot to me, that does, yeah. Life is not always easy for anybody, you know. And I've tried along the way to have a good and varied life. You know, variety is definitely the spice of life. If I can look back on my life and say that I've done it and I've lived it, and by doing Napalm I've done pretty much a large percentage of all the good stuff that I could do, then I can be pretty fucking content, you know. And I'm only in my 40s. I've got lots of life left to live, you know, and hopefully many a varied and exciting, you know, existence.